Sue, my name's James. I work over at a company called Realty Candy. I happen to live in Santa Clara, and I ran into your website because I was looking, my wife and I were looking for some property here in the St. George area. And since I do IDX Broker work for a living, then I like using IDX Broker websites. And so um, I wanted just to show you a couple things. I actually want to make a quick video here where I do kind of a audit or give you some tips for a tune-up on your IDX site, and maybe give you some positive feedback and a couple things that I think you could do to make it work a little bit better. I think your site looks good. Everything appears to run well. You have a search tool on your home page, which is an important part of it. You have some widgets on your home page. That's important. Your page wrapper set up so it looks sharp. Your IDX pages look good. I believe everything's responsive. As you adjust these pages, it looks like it, generally comes together good. I haven't really checked it on a mobile phone. But I did just see a couple things that I think maybe you might find interesting, or things that could use a little bit of a little change. So let's take a look at this. This looks like this is one of your listings here on an Entrada Trail. It's kind of out here in my neck of the woods. When I look at this, there's a couple things that I don't like. I don't like this. This is a default IDX Broker setting. So you've got this green price, which I don't think matches your website. And then this picture is small, which I don't think is very good. And then like this, looks like it just needs a color change just to make it look better. Like maybe it should be that color to start, and then when you hover over it changes, but it's just a little dark. And if that's the main button you want people to push, that just doesn't look like it's set up correctly. You do have the map set up here, which is important, and I think it looks good. Let me show you what we've done with a couple client sites, without really a bunch of extra work. This is pretty standard stuff. So here's one in Tennessee. You can see they have a big picture there, and there's this layout. And to me, that looks pretty good, having that big picture. Here's one that's actually in our area, Coral Canyon Realty. They did a different layout, and these are just standard. There's no charge for us to switch it to one of these. But this has the big picture here, the main picture, then all the little pictures down here at the bottom. And this could probably use a map on it if I would put a map on it, but the client didn't want to for some reason. Here's that same layout, just styled a little bit differently on another site in Texas. And so you can see that it has kind of a nice clean look to it. Maybe the map could be a little smaller here. That takes up a lot of space, but they're at the end of the page anyway. So I would recommend you do something like that with your details pages, so that this image looks a little bit better. Maybe get a more modern layout here. The other thing that really kind of stood out to me as I was looking through these properties is when you come here to the photo gallery, you can see that the images are like floating off the side of the page. So you've spent, looks like, some time and some money having a photographer come out here and get these pictures, but there need to be some restraints set on them so that when you look at them, they load properly on the page. Again, let's go back here and look at this as an example. These aren't going to bring any tears to your eyes, but they all lay out good on the page, and a visitor can see the whole picture. And so I think that's kind of what we're shooting for on this. So let's take a look at these guys, see what they have. Again, that may not be the most breathtaking layout in the whole world, but at least the whole image is showing properly on the page. So that was actually the thing that made me, kind of want to reach out to you and see. And this is a beautiful property. Let's take a look here. Another thing you could do from an IDX SEO standpoint is you have it, so it says St. George Real Estate Services.idxbroker.com. We could set a custom subdomain on that will allow you to do something like search St. George Real Estate Services or homes St. George Real Estate Services or something like that, and have that instead of the idxbroker.com domain. I think you get a little bit more Google juice out of that. Let me take a look at another thing. You also don't have HTTPS on here, so that would probably need to be set up first on your website. And looks like it's, it might be set on part of it, but it's not set to run properly. There's some things that are not correct there, so that needs to be fixed. What else? I think that's basically it. We also include something at no charge for our clients called LeaderCRM. It's a pretty simple, fast CRM program, but it brings 4 things to IDX Broker. It brings you text alerts for new signups. It brings you text alerts when you have a returning IDX Broker client come to your site. And there's also IDX to MailChimp integration and automatic save searches. So if somebody signs up on your IDX pages, LeaderCRM will create a save search for them so they get email updates automatically for properties. So again, we do this at no charge for you when we're your developer partner for IDX Broker, because IDX Broker gives us some credit for taking care of you. We become your first contact for support. So that's how we get, that's how we get paid to do this. But I just want to shoot that out to you. If you're interested, I'll shoot you an email from support@realtycandy.com, and you can reach us there. Thanks.